Guys, we need to have a chat. We need to have a chat about how broken the bloody beastmen are. Essentially, they're great in everything, and even more so now, they're becoming even better at everything they do. There we have yet another exploit from Beastmen, and it's quite a simple, straightforward one. It's an exploit that comes with the new mechanic. As you can see here, I have a Hearthstone, and as you know by now, Hearthstones are essentially the building of the Beastmen along with their new mechanic, which is, of course, to build Hearthstones and have the Blood Crowns. And if you were to look at the Blood Crowns over here, so Montfort Blood Crowns, there are certain settlements which we can sack, blow up, explode, or use to collect Marks of Ruination. Marks of Ruination are then used to advance our style ability to recruit armies, recruit different units, and of course to get new and better technologies, get more discounts on certain buildings, so on and so forth. It's an incredible mechanic, really fun to use. And the main thing about it is, once you click on a settlement, it tells you where you can collect these buildings. For example, we look at Ubersreich, we look at Karak Esgaraz, we look at Helmgard, they all will give us Marks of Ruination if we collect them for Montfort before we perform the ritual. Blackstone Post, Karak Ziflin, and Paragon, of course, were such cases, but we have already reaped the fruits of the labor of the previous inhabitants, and we've offered them to the Chaos Gods. Now, the trick here comes, for example, let's click on the Waterfall Palace. It automatically shows us the blood grounds that such a building would have. If we were to build a Hearthstone in the Waterfall Palace, it gives us the ability to build Hearthstone there, and also tells us how much Marks of Ruination each area would give us, essentially speaking, how rich the grounds are and how much blood can we collect from them. Of course, we can see Karak Norm over here, we can see Dottenbach, Bach, I honestly pronounced it horribly, Krakos, Findol, and Vol Zambul, and it's incredible, like it's quite a decent amount of Marks of Ruination. The one thing that people would notice is the moment I click off Waterfall Palace, I see pretty much a number of settlements disappearing. And these settlements, I can click on them because the immediate moment you click on them, it essentially hides. However, there is an incredible thing. If you were to zoom out to the tactical view, or essentially speaking, click tab, and it zooms you out to this view, you can click on these buildings and you can keep moving. It allows you to see every possible Hearthstone that you can place, as long as you chain them together. You cannot zoom in and click on it because you will have to start from scratch. It allows you to see who's owning which building. You can see where and who is doing what, the relationship between each faction, and how many buildings are present or how many units are present in each settlement. This is incredibly important. It also inadvertently allows you to see if Skaven are occupying certain ruins or not, by simply seeing that there is a potential blood ground over here with 0 Marks of Ruination. If you were to put a Hearthstone on Varenka Hills, it's a very small blood ground, there's no Marks of Ruination there. However, strangely enough, the ruins next door at, I believe it's Barak Dawazbag, there are 8 Marks of Ruination on a ruin settlement, so I'm assuming good old Skaven are lurking in the shadows and we can take them. Of course, none of these settlements we actually own or have vision over, so realistically speaking, we should not be able to see this. And this is what makes it so utterly brokenly, incredibly fun. We can essentially spy across the entire map, figure out who's doing what, who's where, and who owns what. It allows you to see where you can place your Hearthstones and get optimal efficiency, how you could potentially use diplomacy to make different enemies fight against each other and for you to benefit from such battles. For example, one big thing I noticed is that currently, even though we're at war with a number of factions on Ultron, that they're currently getting besieged by the Cult of Pleasure, who have wiped out a quarter of the donut, with, of course, Lothern currently suffering also a secondary attack from the pirates of Count Noctilus over here. So it should be an interesting time to invade when they are weakened. Perfect time to strike. And we know all of this without having sent spies, having sent agents ahead of us to try and figure out who's doing what and what is being done to whom. This is an incredible small exploit, simple but straightforward. Above all else, information is incredibly important to anyone who is in the business of war. Guys, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for watching. If you have not subscribed yet, please do consider subscribing. 70% of you are not subscribed to the channel, but subscribing does help. Above all else, thank you for watching, and I'll see you again soon. Bye bye.